Okay, welcome to the next tutorial on Blender. So today we are in 5.0 and we're going to be learning a little bit of lighting just to start us off. So what I'm going to do is let's go ahead and just delete the default light right here. We're just going to go ahead and click delete. I've got some new screencasting keys just here so you guys can see what I'm doing. If these are a little bit too small, just comment bigger inside of the comments section and I'll make them slightly bigger. I tried to make them the correct size as I had them on the last software, but yeah, I don't know the dimensions properly, so if they're a little bit too small for you guys, you know, just comment, just tell me. Let's go ahead and we'll take the default cube. We'll work with the default cube on this one. What I'm going to do, let's go to side view. So we're going to press 1 for side view, and we're just going to press G to bring this up just to the red line just here so that everything is kind of flat. And what I'm going to do, let's go 7 to heaven and let's go Shift D, and all I'm going to do is, just for an example, I'm just going to go Shift D, Shift D, Shift D, duplicate these all over the screen. They don't have to be perfect, this is just kind of a lighting example, so you know, do as you will essentially. Let's go Shift D again. I'm just going to go maybe halfway down the box, just select all of these, Shift D, select these again, Shift D. I'm just going to select them and make them central, so let's press G and move them up, just to about there, and then press G again, move them up on this side, and then I'm just going to go ahead and just duplicate outwards as such. So what essentially we want to do with this is we want to make some lighting in the background. So I'm going to go ahead and add a plane. Let's go to 7 to heaven again. S for scale. And I'm just going to go ahead and just scale this plane out just as such, so this sits in between each one of the cubes. So we could just go about here. So if you haven't already, go to your render engine tab and switch out Eevee for cycles. So once we've got to this point, we don't have a light currently in the scene, and this is the full render shading port right here. We're going to click the little plane that we've just put in right here, go to materials tab, click new, switch out principal BSDF for emission, and we're going to have something like this now. So we now have this kind of like deep lighting between all of the cubes that we've just made. But if we want this a little bit brighter, we're just going to go ahead and adjust the strength as such. And you won't be able to see the cubes as much at the bottom right here. So this will kind of just wash that off, I guess. If you put it to a lower strength, you'll have something like this. Something that kind of looks a little bit more gothic, a little bit more creepy kind of thing. So I'm just going to go ahead and just put this to about 2.8. So with this, we want to change the tones in the background. So what I'm going to do, let's go to shading tab. Show you a really neat trick. So we're going to go 7 to heaven again, so you guys can see what's going on. We're going to be working with the plane in the background right here. And we can see that on the screen right here, we have this as an emission right here, the material output right here. So what we're going to do, let's go to add, and you can go with any texture really for this, it doesn't really matter. So last time that I did this and when I was experimenting with it, I was working with noise texture, and I mean noise texture works, but I don't like the noise texture one, but you guys can try this, it'll work with anything. We can go with Voronoi this time. Let's go to color. You notice that you get all these little patches coming through. If we go ahead and add the noise texture real quick, I'll show you guys what's going on with this. So if we change this from the Voronoi to noise like this, you're going to get this, which is a lot softer. To be honest with you, with this tutorial I want something that's a little bit more sharper, so if you'd like the softer one, noise textures for you. If you want something that's a little bit more sharper, Voronoi is for you. So I'm going to go ahead and just knock the noise texture off the screen at the moment. Let's work with Voronoi. So when we render this out, we can see that we have something like this that has different tones and colours. Now, this is okay. If you want to work with something like this, you can totally work with something like this. You can scale this up, you can scale this down. If you scale it down, it's going to go to one solid colour. If you scale it up, you're going to have many different colours coming through here. And if you experiment with the roughness as well, that will change little details of how the colour reacts. So this is totally up to you. You can add a colour ramp into this if you want to. And you can add your own tones and your own colours in here. So if we go to add and then we type in colour ramp, just place this in the middle, we now have black and white. So we can move the black over and we can have patches of light missing if you wanted that. Alternatively, we can turn this black off, change this to a red. Take this white right here. You can change this to a blue. If you guys need the same colours that I've got, just look at the hex right here. Just put this in. And you should be able to get the same colour that I do. So now with the red and with the blue, we've got this nice purple tone going on. And again, if we just reduce the scale right here, you can see that we've got kind of two tones coming in right here. And if we scale this up, you're going to get more of a pinky purple, because obviously red and blue make kind of a pinky purple. So especially with the colours that I've just chosen, usually it's a purple, but for this one it's kind of a bit offset. So yeah, it depends on what you really want to do with this. Maybe you've got a keyboard design or something and you've got some underlighting. I don't know what you really want to do with this, but it's an idea. Let's go ahead and just press plus again. We'll get something in the middle right here. Maybe we could go with the green. And now we've got these nice little offset oranges and offset kind of turquoise coming through as well. Yeah, so I mean, like, you could move the cubes a little bit closer together if you wanted to. You could add, I don't know, some patterns on there or something like that. You know, especially if you're making a keyboard that's got the lighting underneath, you're probably going to have keys that are going to come out at the side just a little bit here. And maybe you could put translucent letters or something like that. Maybe glass keys, I don't know. Totally depends on your design, really. But I thought I'd just show you that. That's something that you guys can do with some lighting tricks. Yeah, if you guys liked, please subscribe, share, and all that kind of stuff. I'm trying to get my watch hours up at the moment, so any help would be great. Thank you very much for watching. See you later.